Hello and welcome to Truth Tuesday. I'm Pastor Ken Martin, excited to bring today's talk to you because we've been on Sundays talking about having great faith and talking about the authority of God and how it's exercised. And there's no area of our lives that Jesus is not interested in. He's interested in absolutely every area of your life, and he would love to bring you the greatest success, the greatest triumphs, the greatest satisfaction in all those areas. And so what he's done is he's done two things to help you. The two things he's done to help you today at work, today at home, wherever you are, today. Number one is he's given you a power of attorney or a power of attorney. It's a power of attorney. And so he's given you that so you can have it to use for things that are under his authority. Under his authority. He's also given you a power of attorney to bring things under his authority. So you have two powers of attorney. And the problem is that most people don't understand the power of attorney, so they misuse it. But a power of attorney is an authorization from one person to another person that directs them to do some things or that authorizes them to do some things for the benefit of the person giving it. So for instance, I've had clients who were leaving the country, but they had not quite finished on a real estate deal. So what they did was gave me a power of attorney so that I was able to consummate the deal, to close the transaction, to perform business on their behalf. They didn't call me and ask me everything I was doing. They didn't call me and say, what did you do today? They didn't call me and check up on me. They gave me the power and the authority because they trusted me to handle the business. So what I did was I was able to use their resources, money that was already in their accounts, that's under their authority already. I was able to use that money, and I was then authorized and directed to go and do whatever I thought in my best expectations, best understandings to accomplish things for their benefits. So I went and accomplished things. If I thought the deal should be closed, I went ahead and closed it. If I thought the deal should be modified or we needed to amend the contract, I amended it. Whatever I thought was best, that's what happened. And so the deals were always, every time, they were successfully transacted. Now, the other thing that that power of attorney gave me the ability to do was to bring things under the authority of my clients. So there may have been money, there may have been land, there may have been things I needed to acquire. But I also, in addition to spending money and using their authority, I was also able to grab things and bring them into their authority. So I expended money and I was able to also bring things, new things under their authority. And so that's how a power of attorney is supposed to work. It's supposed to work for the benefit of the person giving it. And what it does is it gives the person who receives it the full power, the full effect, the full weight of all of the power and authority of the person who gave it. Now, those are just some illustrations. Today, we take that power of attorney or those powers of attorney from Jesus and we misuse them. What do you mean? Well, he's left us his name. That's his power of attorney. He says that we can ask for anything in his name. But when you ask, he's expecting you to ask for things to bring them under his authority or to exercise his name over things already under his authority. But instead of us using it and being kingdom minded in that respect, what we do instead is that we use it as a tagline at the end of our prayers or at the beginning of our prayer. We ask it in Jesus' name as if that's a blanket stamp on everything. And so his name works on things that are already under his authority. His name works on things that bring things under his authority. We use it for our own comfort, but he wanted us to use it for business. So when you're working on that project, you're at work right now, you have that thing that you've been dealing with, all the people and everything. When you start saying and claiming stuff, I just claim so and so and so and so, and I believe it in Jesus' name. Well, the question has to be asked, was that something that you just prayed about that's already under his authority? I mean, have you really given him your job as something that's under his authority? Do you show up on the job expecting to exercise his authority? Do you show up in the way that he would if it were his job? Do you show up early or do you show up late? Do you barely show up? Do you do extra? Do you do just enough to get by? Do you do things that help other people even if you don't get credit for it? Or do you just do what helps you? Do you only help those you like, or do you also help those you don't? See, all those things answer the question of whether the job position is under his authority. And so when you do that, using his name, just throwing it on the end of things, it's ineffective. And you know what? It doesn't just damage your faith, but it damages the faith of other people who hear you say it. You keep saying stuff, well, I just claim so and so in Jesus' name. Man, people don't see the results. Guess what? They don't believe that. They don't believe in you, and they're just like, man, this Jesus stuff. Or they say it's hit and miss. You know, God works in mysterious ways. All these kind of sayings come out. But no, he is very predictable in the sense that he said something, you can assure yourself that it's absolutely true. If he said you could do it, then you can do it when you do it right. So we misuse it. And so for a lot of us, it makes us really ineffective. I was going to say rarely effective, but no, we're really ineffective because we misuse it. Because when we use that name, it's supposed to be activating our faith. It's supposed to be having our spirits come in agreement with what his spirit wants. It's not just the things we want, but it's the things that he wants that we're trying to get done. We're supposed to do it and use his name to confirm things that he has already said. You know, confirming what he says is the easiest way to pray, is the easiest way to live. If he says this is how you do it, hey, that's how you do it. And so you can use his name to confirm that you're in agreement with what he said. You can also use his name to exercise dominion or rulership or authority. You know, going back to Genesis 1, his original intention was for us to have dominion in the earth, to have rulership and sovereignty in the earth, to subdue the earth, is the way some translations put it. And he didn't change his mind. Just because Adam and Eve sinned, he didn't change his mind. He really does want us as those who are kingdom citizens, kings, who are his disciples, to walk in his power over things like he did. And so sometimes you use his name to bring things under his authority. So for instance, it may be that someone else needs help. Someone else needs healing. Someone else needs something, and they need a breakthrough. They need assistance. And so you can use his name to bring things under his authority if that's what's going to happen. You know, just because you do it and you use his name doesn't mean that the person who received it is going to bring their life or bring that thing under authority, but he'll let you use it sometimes to make sure that people know that he still lives. He didn't just live, but he lives today. So I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but I just want to make sure you're aware that you need to bring yourself under authority, bring every aspect of your life under authority, bring the things that are challenges to you under his authority so that kingdom purposes are accomplished, not just your comfort is accomplished. He's expecting us to use his name on things that are already under his authority. He's expecting us to use his name to bring things under his authority, under his feet. If he's the head of the church and we're the body of the church, then we're supposed to have everything, if everything are brought under his feet, it's supposed to be under ours. And so it's our role to bring those things under his feet. They don't just rotate over there, roll over there, fall over there, slide over there. No, that's our role. Our role is to find areas in our lives where we can bring more things under his feet. That means more things under his authority. So the way we do that is we keep seeking first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, trusting that he'll add the things that we need, but making that the priority, making his lordship in our lives, making his lordship evident in our lives everywhere we go, so that we're not the ones at the bottom, but we wind up being the ones who come out on top because of him. So I just want to share that with you. I know a lot of people are struggling with this whole issue. Do I go to church? Is God real? How far do I just check off the boxes if I'm just a good person? But no, he's looking for people who are actively operating in, actively living under his lordship. He is the Lord. He will be the Lord of Lords and the Kings of Kings. But is he your Lord right now? Is he your king right now just because you know that he lived? No, he's expecting to exercise lordship and authority through you. And that's just the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. May God bless you, and I'm glad you were able to join me today. I'm looking forward to sharing with you over the next few days. I finally have someone who's taken me up on my offer to join me live on Truth Tuesday. So that's coming up pretty soon. I will look forward to seeing you. Hey, if you haven't done it already, please hit the like and subscribe button so that you always get notifications of these things. And if you find yourself being someone who'd like to join me, reach out and let me know. Looking forward to seeing you again on Truth Tuesdays. May God bless you, and may He